All right, welcome, folks. We should be up and streaming. Happy Friday. Today is a big day for the stream. We're starting multiple new projects today. The big news is we are going to be doing Civ 4 AI Survivor Season 9, Game number 1. People are very excited. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to start in about 2.5 hours. We do need to have an intro game so that there's something running to lead us into AI Survivor. And I thought, let's go back and we'll do a game that I haven't played on stream in a while. I've done it on stream certainly before. That being Final Fantasy V. Yes, I've played a solo character through this game with every single class except the White Mage because T-Hawk did that one and I didn't see the need to do the same playthrough that he did. But I did the other 20-something characters. And so we're going to do a different party. In particular, what I thought would be fun this time is let's highlight the Game Boy Advance jobs. So this is the Game Boy Advance version. I prefer to play the original Super Famicom version, but this is the Game Boy Advance version because these jobs only exist in the remake that was done in, what, this is like, I think this is like a 2003 remake, something like that. It's very similar to the original game, but I do prefer the original. The sound is actually quite a bit better. They had to downgrade the sound quality for the Game Boy Advance, and I also don't like the translation as much. It's a very flowery translation, but anyway, that's the plan here, and we're gonna feature the four extra jobs that were added in the remake. And we're going to access them from the start of the game because we're just going to cheat our way into the final jobs because I know how to do that. If I can play the whole game from the start with any class, I can certainly use the cheat that does that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to explore the Gladiator, the Cannoneer, the Oracle, and the Necromancer. All right. No. I need to do new game here. All right, so let's get started. Anyway, welcome those of you just getting here. I have put the timer up as a way of doing the countdown here. So you know how much longer if you want to dip out until we get to the Civ 4 stuff. I'll give you an idea. If you enjoy this game or just like listening to me rattle on for the next 2 hours, then feel free to stick around. But I do enjoy this game, and it's been a while since I played this. It's been a couple years, so I thought it would be fun. And it's an entertaining game. This is not seen as this is not one of the more famous Final Fantasies. It certainly didn't help that this game never made it out of Japan until they did remakes much later. They did that PlayStation remake, which is god awful, and you've never seen me use that one. There's really nothing to recommend the PlayStation remake, which has suffered from horrendous load times. The Game Boy Advance remake is significantly better, and I think that they've done. I think there's a mobile version of this game as well that's been done since this came out. But yeah, this game is fun. Obviously, the big advantage of this game is it has this wacky job system that is actually pretty easy to break once you know the game. It's a really cool job system that you can mix and match the different. That's right. They did introduce recurring character Gilgamesh. I don't really like Gilgamesh as a character. I don't really like joke villains very much. But I guess that's another claim to fame is it did introduce Gilgamesh as a character. But yeah, this game did not make it out of Japan. This game had a very short development cycle. This game was made in less than a year. It had like a 10-month development cycle. It was released very quickly. I think it's a 1993 game. But this one was kind of rushed out the door, and you can definitely tell. The biggest tip-off is at the start of the game. Like when you're visiting the starting towns, you can like explore and like there's all these hidden items and like pots and chests of drawers, but like there's all these like little doodads and knickknacks that are hidden everywhere. You get to the end of the game, nothing. There's none of that stuff because they were clearly rushing the game to get it finished. And the story also, like there's a lot of dialogue and like scripting early in the game. You get to late in the game, it almost entirely disappears. They just ran out of time. So, Whitebeard had a question. Did I start late today? I mean, this is like roughly when I typically start. I wanted to allow about 2.5 hours for this. I had a couple things I was trying to finish off in terms of getting the stream ready. So, this is like roughly when I normally stream. Sometimes I start a little bit earlier, but sometimes it's a little bit later. I usually try to start roughly somewhere between 2 and 3 hours before whatever the main game is. So maybe it's a little bit late, but not atypical. Anyway, the background is the wind crystal. The wind has stopped, and people are trying to figure out why the wind has stopped. Because this is an old school Final Fantasy game, which means we have crystals before we went steampunk on everything. And you're about to see not good stuff happen to the wind crystal here. Oh no! Well, that seems bad. Oh yeah, and this time of year too, a lot of there's daylight savings is going on and like playing havoc with the clocks in a bunch of different places. Here in the United States, we switched to daylight saving time about was it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and other countries do different things. Some countries adopt daylight saving time at different dates on the calendar. Some countries don't use daylight saving time, which honestly makes a lot of sense. My personal feeling is I wish that we just stayed on daylight saving time the whole year and didn't switch on and off it. I like daylight saving time. It gives us more time in the evenings. I don't mind it being dark at like at 7 a.m. I don't care if it's dark at 7 a.m. I'm not doing anything outside at 7, but I like having it be light at like 8 p.m. So I like daylight saving time, but I just wish we stayed on it all year round. There was actually a bill that almost made it through Congress that was going to do that about 4 or 5 years ago, but then stupid farmers. The farmers killed the legislation because farmers are actually up and out early. But yeah, we actually almost had that, and then the stupid farmers killed the legislation. It actually passed the American Senate and then died in the American House. Anyway, so yeah, I wonder why these Super Saiyan pods were filled with weird monsters. All right, so we now have control of the game. Here's our main character, who we haven't renamed yet. I traditionally have changed jobs after the Wind Shrine, so I will do that again. No particular reason, that's just been my typical habit. If you want to just to give you a quick mechanics update here. So, Final Fantasy V, in this game, leveling up does not increase your stats. The only thing that leveling up does is it increases your health, your HP, and magic points. And most of the damage formulas in this game use level as one of the big components. So leveling up will increase your damage, but it does not affect your base stats. Your base stats are only changed by whatever job you happen to be in. Also, equipment can affect these. So these do not go up over time, just a little note. Strength is physical damage. It affects what damage you do with your auto attacks. Agility is speed. This game uses the active time battle system, so the higher your agility, the faster that meter fills up. I actually really like this system. I wish that more games used it. It's much better than a turn-based battle system. Stamina, this is health. The higher this is, the more HP you get per level up. Magic is the same thing. Magic affects your magic points on level up, and it also affects how much damage spells do. The spell damage formula is also based on this stat and your level are the two things that affect that. And then this is attack, defense, evasion, magic defense. Pretty straightforward there. All right. And by the way, I'm using my controller here. This controller is only programmed to use the D-pad, not the analog stick. So we'll use the D-pad here. All right. The only place to go right now is the meteor. We're still in tutorial mode right now. All right, Poco. One nice thing about the remake is it does give you a run button. Was this in the original? I can't remember if this was in the original game or not. I always would play the original game with fast forwarding on the emulation. All right, we got our first little mini cutscene here. By the way, this game's not as famous for its music, but I do think it has pretty good music. All right, there's not much to do here. Attack the goblins. They'll do, yeah, like 5 damage. There we go. Time to meet our other characters. Standard Dash was not in the original. Okay. All the characters have names except you get to rename the male character here. His canonical name is Bartz. The original Anglicization, it was Batsu in Japanese, and originally the fan translation that did the first English translation turned Batsu into Butts. So there's been this joke that this character named Butts for a long time. It's intended to be Bartz, though, because Batsu anglicizing is a little awkward. Anyway, so Lena, here is our chance to name our character. That's true. Battle on the Big Bridge is probably the most famous music piece from this game. All right, so this variant is the Latecomers. So we're gonna name him. We only have limited space here available. We're gonna name this guy Late because this is the Latecomers. Also, he's then gonna get this great line here. Call me late. Me and my chocobo just go where the trail leads us. Late. That's a Finnish nickname. I can't say I'm too familiar with Finnish, unfortunately. This rock fell from the sky. By the way, the plot in this game is just bonkers. The wind is not longer blowing. Meteors are falling from the sky. Monsters are everywhere. What is going on? They must have been on crack when they made this game. A meteorite. Does it have a connection to the wind stopping? Give you thanks. I wish I could do something more, but I have to go. It's like, wait. Did you hear something? All right, let's go find another party member. Also, by the way, this is super easy to miss. There's a treasure over here if I can find the path down. Phoenix Down, and that's actually pretty valuable. The Phoenix Downs, which of course revive a party member after they've been killed, they're quite expensive. They cost 1,000 gold in this game, so you can't really afford too many of them early in the game. So that's actually a nice find. Useless for a solo game, but we're not playing a solo game here. Oh, okay, I am hitting the button. My controller has been conking in and out for some reason, but it always fixes itself if I unplug it and plug it back in again. Oh, where am I? So some people like the little portrait art. I actually don't really like the portrait art in the corner because it doesn't necessarily match with how I envision these characters. It's not terrible, but I kind of just liked having the sprite artwork personally. But that's, yeah, how did he get out of his rock? That's a good question. Can't remember anything. Looks like you hit your head pretty bad. Maybe you got amnesia. Oh yeah, there's also this old man appears out of nowhere and has amnesia. Again, this game is a whole bunch of cliches, but his name's Galuf. That's a start. Anything else? Nope, just the name. It's like, great. By the way, this is one of my favorite parts of the plot. Lena and Galuf are like, we need to go off and save the wind crystal. We're going to the wind shrine. By the way, those sprite animations are great. That's where I was headed. I'm going with you. They're like, we're going off on an epic quest. Bartz, do you want to come with us? And he's like, no, I'm just going to go back to roaming around with my chocobo. One of the amusing parts of the plot. I'm going to bow out on this one. Good luck, though. Our hero, everybody. No, I'm just going to go off with my chocobo. See you later. To be fair, riding a chocobo sounds awesome. Oh yeah, is the cursor on the screen? Sorry. I'll move it out of the way. Oh, do we get control back again? Okay. Oh, I'm a moron. I just literally just said 3 minutes ago I only have the D-pad for movement. And here I am moving the analog stick trying to move my character. Like an idiot. I was like, why am I not moving? It's like, oh, I'm using the analog stick. All right, let's go. Now, note again, we're not allowed to move to the north. Do we have a map in this game? I think we do, but I don't think we've unlocked it yet. So we can't go that way. We're only allowed to go this way, which means we're going to get another cutscene right up here. Bad chocobo. What are you doing? Bartz, a great pet owner. Okay, I do like the chocobo portrait art. I know. It's a girl and an old man. And with all those goblins around, fine. Guess we better go save them. If only a big, strong man were here to save them. Clearly, the young woman and the old man can't take care of themselves. Let's go. These battles are, of course, scripted. Again, you pretty much just have to hold down the attack button and not be a total idiot. Boko. Boko Sensei. The time we've been training for is now. So we gain our first level up. So, again, you gain health, magic points, but again, the stats themselves do not actually go up. Just as a quick FYI. Alright. Jump. Again, there's no way to fail these jumps. It's all scripted. Or I'll name you Butts. Also note, this is an older RPG. Unlike the modern RPG convention, you do not automatically heal back to full HP on leveling. I don't know when that convention started. I know it's super common now. But, yeah, this game's old enough that you do not auto-heal when you level in this game. That's true. One of them just has a dagger, the other doesn't even have a weapon. Now, that's some good knowledge of this game, remembering exactly what weapons they have. It is technically possible if the player doesn't... That's right, if you just stand there and don't hit any buttons, you can die. That's true. If you literally just stand there and do nothing, then I guess you'd have to start the new game all over again. Cannot escape being in your debt. Oh, come on. Not again. Come on, controller. Yes, I'm trying to hit the A button. There we go. Don't worry about it. The Chocobo is carrying 3 people, 2 of which are unconscious. Shockwave from the meteor caused landslides. We're not going to be able to make it back that way. Conveniently, now we have to go forward through a cave. Have our first mini dungeon. Well, this first cave is very short. Wind Shrine, gotta hurry. I mean, we don't really need to hurry. We actually saw in the opening cutscene that the Wind Crystal already shattered. Like, we're already too late. We don't actually have to hurry up and get there. I would hope that in this game I would not forget to hit the A button to kill the goblins at the start. Alright. It was my dad's dying wish I go out and travel the world. It feels like the wind is calling me. By the way, each character is associated with one of the 4 crystal elements, and Bart is associated with wind in this game. Lena is water, Ferris is fire, and Galuf is earth. You're awake? This old dog is always ready for anything. I do like Galuf as a character. He's by far my favorite of the 4 main characters. Seeing a countdown on the screen brings a weird sense of nostalgia. I did enjoy doing the Ogre Battle March of the Black Queen playthrough for the previous season. I really, really had fun with that. We also getting all those ridiculous undead staffs to make 7 liches or whatever. That was 2 years ago, but that was a lot of fun. Yeah, we're going to change after the Wind Shrine. There's no particular reason that's completely arbitrary, but that is where you get the first jobs initially. And when I did my, 20-something solo playthroughs, I always would change after the Wind Shrine. So I'm just going to do the same thing again. All right, now we have our other characters here. So Lena has a knife, which is a lower attack value than the broadsword. And Galuf doesn't have a weapon at all. He has nothing. So that makes it... makes him not super effective here at the start of the game. Although, amusingly, Galuf actually has the highest base strength of any of these characters. Because Bart has 28. They're all very close, by the way. The default score in every stat is 24, and then there's modifiers based on what character. So 24 is the default stat. Like, Lena gets +1 strength, +2 agility, +1 stamina, and +3 magic. So you can see she's intended to be a spellcaster. Whereas Galuf gets +3 strength. No bonus to agility, +4 stamina, so I guess he's supposed to be a tank, and no bonus to magic. But 24 is the base stat, modified by their character, and then it gets modified by their job. Galuf almost has to be named after Gandalf. I agree, by the way. I don't remember there being a cave here. Would you just go in a new cave that was opened by an earthquake? I would be hesitant to do that. And yes, feel free to discuss the Civ 4 AI Survivor game if you want. No worries. All right, I love that we just ditch our Chocobo immediately. That would have been cool, right? Having a Chocobo to ride on, but we don't get to use that for very long. Okay, thanks for pinning that burn arrow. I'm just going to shrink it down so it doesn't cover up as much of the screen. Oh, really? Our first fight is a back attack? Are you kidding me? Well, I'm not going to waste time swapping. We'll just attack. If you're in the back row, you take half physical damage and you deal half physical damage. Gallop gets a crit. What? He double critted? Are you kidding me? It's 8% odds to crit when you use your bare fist. Crit, whether or not you crit is tied to the weapon that you use. And your fists have a chance to crit, but it's only 8%. So he critted twice in a row at 8%. Okay. Well, that's ridiculous. Zubat inflicted. This game predates Zubat, though. This game came out before, what's it called? Before Pokemon Red and Blue. Yeah, you can see the others don't really, yeah. Gallop crit again. That's 3 crits and 4 attacks. I'm telling you, it's only 8% odds. It's only 8% odds for him to do that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Again, they gain the level. They do not heal. But there's a healing spring right over here. That'll heal them back up to full. Maybe he doesn't need a weapon after all. That's more of what I was expecting. So again, notice how they always are attacking in the same order. Lena has the highest agility, so she goes first. Then Bartz, then Galuf. And that's not going to change. It's going to stay that way. Bart does enough damage to one-shot the bats. He gained another level. By the way, when I did the solo games, I hated the fact that would revive any party members that died. So like we can put people in the back row if we want, but since everyone's attacking physically right now, there's not really any purpose to put them in the back row. All right, so the damage formula is based on however much damage you do. It's based on your attack. So 15 attack. The formula is level times strength divided by 128, and that's your multiplier. So right now, Bartz has level 3, 28 strength. So divided by 128. So he is not getting any multiplier right now. The default multiplier is 2. So right now, Bartz does 15 damage, minus the enemy defense, which most of these monsters have 0, and then times 2. So that's why he's doing 30 damage. 15 minus 0 times 2. If he gets up to... What level does he have to get up to get another multiplier right now? 28. He needs to get to... If he gets to level 5... Yeah, when he gets to level 5, his damage will be multiplied by 3. So when he gets to level 5, his damage will go up to like 45. Right now it's 30, it'll go up to 45. Sorry to divert off into mechanics land, but I always enjoy discussing how the numbers actually work and where they come from. And the other characters, their strength value is lower, so it'll take them longer to get an additional attack multiplier. I mean, you might as well hit the other one, because you're going to... Oh, no, that one's considered to be in the back row. Oops. I was going to have him hit another one, because he would one-shot it, but that one's considered to be in the back row. So you saw he did half damage, because that one was had backline protection. Anyway, these monsters are not hard. Not that they give much experience, but we might as well kill them. Oh, pirates. What is a stroper? I don't know. Does anyone know what that's supposed to be? What is a stroper? Oh man, however will we figure out the answer to this puzzle? It's a legally distinct D&D knockoff monster. Okay, I believe there's a helmet in this chest, if I remember correctly. Okay, I don't think this guy's in the back row. He's not. Okay, bye, Stroper. And then Galuf should be able to kill this bat. There we go. No, it's not. Alright, then there's a little wiggle room in terms of how much damage they do too. So like instead of 30, he did 32. Alright, leather cap, sure. Anyone, by the way, all the characters right now have it's called the Freelancer class. It's also sometimes called as just the Bear class. They can equip anything, as it says right there. And it actually is a pretty big advantage. This is not one of the worst classes in the game, because they can literally equip absolutely everything. So you see, equipping the leather cap increases defense and magic defense by 1 point. It does add a point of equipment weight, but that doesn't matter. Equipment weight will slow you down in terms of your agility, how fast the bar fills up, but you only get slowed for every 8 points of equipment weight. So going from 2 to 3 does nothing. He'd have to go to 8 points of equipment weight to actually be slowed down. Does the game explain that? Nope, but that's how it works. So only every 8 points of equipment weight actually slows you down on the combat screen. Alright, time for pirate shenanigans. Freelancer solo run was fun due to all the shenanigans. Oh yeah, no, I mean, just being able to use every weapon and every armor in the game is pretty valuable. Some of that stuff's really powerful. I divided my solo characters, and for their end games, it was basically, can you equip the Aegis shield, yes or no? That prevents you from getting killed by a bunch of petrification, instant death attacks. And like the ease of the end game was basically, can you equip this shield? If yes, the end game's easy. If not, the end game's hard. But yeah, there's like a lot of crazy shenanigans you can do. All right. We get that pirate theme playing right now. Believe me, it saved me. That item saved a lot of time. I'm the one who had to fight that stupid last battle like 100 times for some characters. Pirate ship. What gave it away that it's a pirate ship? I think the only ride they'd be interested in would be a keel haul for all three of us. Again, note how much scripting there is here early in the game. This just completely disappears by the end of the game because the developers ran out of time to finish it. Let's just steal on board and steal their ship. By the way, the pirates wear bright purple in this game. So that actually opens up one of these doors. It's asleep, yep. How convenient. By the way, there's only one ship design in the whole game. This ship design gets reused over and over again. So like this bottom area of the ship, you'll see this over and over again on other ships later. They all use the same design. Again, to save time for development purposes. Anyway, so in order to trigger the next cutscene, we have to go up to the top and grab the wheel. Time to cast off. He's like, but we're not moving. It's like, Bartz, do you know how to sail a ship? Try anything and there'll be the devil to pay. Varys and the very purple pirates here. I'm Princess Lena of Tycoon. Please accept my apologies for trying to steal your ship. The little sprite where they have the eyes bug out is always hilarious to me. This is a formal request. Please allow the use of your vessel. I'm sure we could fetch a good price for this one. You degenerate, lecherous, piratey pirate. Again, I don't love the dialogue that they did in this translation. Some of it's amusing, but some of it just gets a little silly. Yes, there's a separate sprite for Lena just when she's wearing her pendant. Look, notice how Galuf doesn't even have an expression on his face as he gets carried off. And by the way, they created a separate sprite just for them being tied up as well. Again, a lot of attention went into the beginning of this game that then drops off by the end. Come on. Did I click out of this window? There we go. Who came up with the idea to steal a pirate ship anyway? They're like, that was your idea. Oh yeah, the PlayStation translation is also horrible. So just don't play that version. This version, play the GBA version. This is also a much more accessible version. Oh, by the way, I do own this game. I own the GBA version of Final Fantasy V. I have it somewhere around here, and I meant to grab it before this stream. I'm not going to spend time trying to look for it right now, but I do own this one. We were actually just this last week. My wife Liz and I we were in a like a gaming shop. You know, one of those places that has like board games and old video games, retro games. They were selling this game, Final Fantasy V Advance. They wanted $90 for it. I got this game for like $8, probably like 8 or 9 years ago. I literally got it for like $8 in like a bargain bin, and they wanted $90 for it. I was like, well, I'm glad I already have this. Did the game freeze here? Oh no, it's just again the SNES version does things like panning over like this a little bit better. The GBA struggles a little bit with some of the stuff. It just didn't have the same hardware capabilities because it's a mobile device. Why does the Princess of Tycoon have the same pendant as I do? Oh wow, I wonder what that means. The two of them have the same pendant. She said her father's at the Wind Shrine. Alright, thus we begin our plot for World 1. Trying to save the crystals and chasing after King Tycoon. Alright, going to the Wind Shrine. Yes, the pirates get a surprise animation too. What about the landlubbers? Untie them. It did give us the infamous Wyburn mistranslation. But why? And the amazing overwrought pirate accent. All right, let's get going. Almost out of tutorial mode here. Why the pirates are dressed in bright purple has never made a lot of sense to me, but maybe it made sense in 1993 Japan. There was a lot of purple in the 90s. All of the here in the United States, all of the professional sports leagues were adding new teams, and they were all either like purple colored or teal colored. Was like the big thing because those were colors that hadn't been used before. Like I remember when the Florida Marlins, which are now the Miami Marlins, were added. They had teal, and the Colorado Rockies had purple. Everybody was like, "Oh, cool!" And like the Toronto Raptors in the NBA, they had purple. They don't really use purple anymore, but they did at the time. A lot of purple in the 90s. Sildra and I were raised. We're closest siblings. Yeah, don't get too attached to Sildra. But yeah, there's no wind. Obviously, there's no way to travel without wind unless you have this monster pull the ship. Shall I sail? No, I want to sail the boat. So like we can get off the boat if we want, but there's really no point in doing so. So we'll just head straight to the Wind Shrine. No encounters on the water, by the way. It's up here. Okay, well apparently we get an encounter as soon as we step off the ship. Oh, by the way, Ferris has the highest agility of anyone in the party. Oh, okay, of course. Lena, why did you choose... So, Lena I had Lena attack a target, and then that target died. If that happens, they choose a random target to attack. And apparently she chose to attack the unit that was in the back, where she did half damage. Alright, hey, 15 XP. Levels for everybody. Alright, there's a healing pod over here. Also get a small cutscene. What's happened? It's the rare Chancellor who's not evil. Suddenly there's monsters everywhere. Something must have happened, yep. And the crystal's up on the top floor. Wouldn't hurt to go and take a look. Alright. Where are our pirates? Why don't we bring our pirates along with us? We have like 8 pirate or however many pirates. Okay. Fortunately, this guy will give us more potions. Or one of these guys gives us potions. There we go. 5 potions. More insta-healing water. Okay. Now, Ferris actually comes with some equipment, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she has a dagger, leather shield, leather armor. Alright. So we went from 3 potions to 8 potions. How are the classes going to be assigned? Bart's Gladiator. Ferris is a pirate captain, so Ferris needs to become the Cannoneer. And then I was going to have Lena as the Oracle and Galuf as the Necromancer. These things don't have much health. You know, one thing I like, the battle animations are fast in this game. We might as well save the game. Battle animations are fast in this game. There's not a lot of... It's not like... Okay, so... Wait, why do I have so many different save game files for the Oracle? Okay, I don't know why I have so many. We'll use this file here. I must have accidentally saved multiple times and accidentally done multiple save game files there. The original... Oh, wait. This leads up. There's a chest over here. My bad. Yeah, Berserker is really bad. Okay, that'll kill that. By the way, this thing, the Moldy Wind, they do have a chance to drop elixirs. It's only 1 in 16 odds, but maybe we get lucky. I had to farm them there. Okay, more levels are nice. I had to farm them with some classes. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no. No, that was wrong. The other side. You know, my instinct was to go to that other side. Some part of me knew that that was actually the correct place to go from playing the game so many times. But it'll be fine. Galuf can't get the double crit. Yeah, some characters definitely needed to grind elixirs here. By the way, very nice of the game to put a monster that will drop elixirs literally in like the very first part of the game. Super considerate of the developers to do that. It's almost like they were trying to make it possible to do bizarre variant challenges. I'm sure that's not what they were thinking, but it's almost like that. You already have a leather cap. We'll give the other one over here to Ferris for right now. I mean, everybody basically has like no equipment right now, so it doesn't really matter. And then depending on what job you have restrictions on equipment. Yeah, it makes up for the fact you can't buy high potions until World 2, yeah. Yeah, you're intended to use the jobs to heal damage in this game. Like, you're intended to. Is that going to kill that? Okay, I think Galuf kills this thing, but... Yeah. Okay, well, paralyzing one of my 4 party members is not really going to do that much. By the way, you can walk right through here. There's this hidden passage right there. We'll walk the long way around because we want to get the treasure that's over on that other side anyway. Nah, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can't wipe all these monsters in one round anyway. Oh no, whatever will we do? I think that attack has like base 2/3 odds to hit the entangle. Something like that. Anyway, these characters are gaining more health, but there's not much point in healing them until we get to the end where we actually have to fight something. Random encounters are pretty easy here. Right, there's nothing. That's right, there's nothing in here. But there's another broadsword in here, if I remember correctly. Alright. Let's give that to Lena. And then Galuf, you can take this dagger, so you have at least something in your hands. There are some places you can climb up vines, but that's not one of them. Yep. Alright, oh, okay, here's our... Oh, you know, I was supposed to heal, but whatever. I was going to use my potions to heal, but whatever. Alright, so here's our first boss, who's basically the Mist Dragon from Final Fantasy 2/4. In that sense that it's going to close its wings, and when it does that, we're not supposed to attack it, or it'll counterattack. I think it only... I can't remember how much health it has. It doesn't have that much. Yeah, it'll use... Breathwing does 1/4 of your max HP and damage. Well, okay. Well, that was easy. Okay. To be fair, I'm also watching cat videos. Now, isn't there... Yeah, there's a chest hidden over here. This one's really easy to miss, and it's not a very important treasure either. It's a rod, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the Square really did like that. They liked having a tutorial boss. Okay, did you see how Ferris went up to doing 68 damage? She got another attack multiplier. That's why her damage went up by so much. So, Ferris. Alright, Ferris's strength is 27. So, it's when 27 times 5 is 135. That's over 128. Yep. So, she went from doing 2 times this, 2 times 14 to 3 times 14. And that's why her damage shot up so much there. Okay. Yeah, staff. The staff does pierce armor, but it also has a chance to miss, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this is an easy battle. These guys are dead. Bye. Okay. Alright, cutscene time. The winged raptor implies non-winged raptors. Well, a raptor is a bird of prey. What the? Now we get to see where all the crystals are located. There's a crystal of fire. Jobs time, yeah. We also get that classic Final Fantasy crystals music. Isn't a raptor also a type of dinosaur? Yeah, but that's where the name comes from originally. Besides, the animals, the velociraptors were pretty close to modern birds. And they definitely had feathers, despite what Jurassic Park would tell you. Here's a crystal of earth. We just did water. This one's earth. Alright, and then last wind. That's a good way of putting it. All birds are dinosaurs, but not all dinosaurs were birds. Yes, that's essentially correct. What? What's happening? Feels warm. Hi, King Tycoon. You four, the chosen ones, the warriors of light, bearers of the 4 crystals. Wait, he's like, you're throwing a lot at me. What do you mean? We're just talking about dinosaurs here. The wind crystal's already shattered. The others are in danger as well. You must protect them. An evil presence is awakening. Oh boy, I sure hope that evil presence doesn't come back and we have to fight them in a climactic boss battle. Would be really bad, especially if that evil presence turned out to be a freaking tree. Yes, the final boss of this game is an evil tree. This game is kind of weird, but in a good way. It's not really clear why King Tycoon did that, appeared, and then just like flew away. Not really clear why he did that. What are these? Pieces of the crystal. No, they're gonna attack us! Oh, no. Crystal fragments. The power of warriors of legend. I do like the fact that the first 6 jobs in this game are the jobs from the original Final Fantasy. They were obviously Fighter and Black Belt, but they've been translated here as Knight and Monk. Blue Mage. Oh, I guess that's not true. They have Blue Mage, not Red Mage. That's wrong. Because they have Blue Mage here, whereas the original Final Fantasy had Red Mage. So I guess that's slightly different. Alright, we're not going to be using those jobs, but it's still kind of cool. Crystal, it's lending us its power. So I guess I was slightly wrong about that. For some reason, I thought that it was the original 6 jobs, but I guess that they swapped out Blue Mage for Red Mage. It makes sense with the way Blue Magic operates. You would need to start learning the Blue Magic spells right away. Either that or they needed to make it so none of them popped up until that set of jobs was available. There should be a warp panel. Lena, how did you know that? There should be a warp panel behind the altar. It's like, Lena, how did you know that? Okay. So now we can swap to the original 6 starting jobs, but this is where we're going to open up the cheat panel, load that, cheat list. I don't know how much this is, you can see on the screen. All jobs, done. Let's close the menu, open it back up again. Oh, wow. Hey, we got more jobs available now. Now they're all available. Okay. Gladiator. Let's start with Bart's. Gladiator. Skilled warriors who can master any blade. The weapon selection for this class is really good. They can equip almost anything. Not anything, but they can mostly equip anything. All right, so it starts. The innate job command is Finisher. Let's see. Broadsword. We don't have any accessories yet. Okay. Note what happened to the stats. Strength 54. That's a huge increase. I think Bart's was at 27 before this. 26, 27. Agility went up. Remember, 24 is the default stat. Stamina went up, but not too high. This is actually this is decent, but not super high for a physical job. And then magic power actually went down. That said, with a base strength of 54, he's going to gain. So basically, you gain an attack multiplier every time you get 128 points of strength. And it's multiplied by level, so what's 128 over 54? He gets an attack multiplier every 2.37 levels, which is fast. That's a very good strength score. All right, so we got that to you. Lena, let's give you the Oracle job, probably the weirdest job in the entire game, with extreme equipment restrictions. Can only equip staves. It's the single biggest weakness of this class. When I did the playthrough of this game with the solo Oracle, I was actually like, this class would not be that bad if it could just equip daggers, but it can't, unfortunately. All right, can equip daggers and then the light armor set. So we're going to talk more about how this job works. We actually don't even have the main ability is called Predict. We actually don't even have that as an option yet, but it'll pop up soon enough. All right, next up, Galuf. So, well, actually, let's do Galuf last. We'll do Ferris next. We need Cannoneer. The Cannoneer sprite, I think, looks pretty awesome. She looks like a pirate captain. This is actually one of the game's best jobs. It's a very strong. The open fire command is awesome, and then the cannon shot, or whatever the final ability is, gets to be quite strong, too, when that opens up. And it has good equipment selection, too. Mostly it can use the default swords, and it can use shields, which is enough to be above average. Basically, almost every class can use daggers, and then anything above that is usually a plus. Shields are super good in this game. Any class that equips shields has good equipment selection. All right, and last but not least, Galuf, you're going to become our Necromancer. But guess what? Galuf does not have a Necromancer sprite. Yeah. There's no sprite for Necromancer, Oracle, Cannoneer, or Gladiator. So, yeah, there's no Galuf Necromancer sprite. All right, the job command is Dark Arts. Uses spellcasting, daggers and wands, or daggers and rods. That's pretty standard. All right. And I think that's all of our equipment. So yeah, we're gonna. Oh, nobody has the knife. Well, that's fine. The knife is a terrible weapon anyway. All right, Lena and Galuf, you are magic casters, so you go in the back row. And now we can. By the way, we can start to gain ability points. Oh, I didn't talk about the stats, by the way, on these other characters. Oracle, low strength. Average agility, low stamina, that's HP growth. Highest magic stat in the game. Now here's the sad thing. The damage that this class does not interact with the magic stat in any way. It's like this cruel joke. This class has the highest magic power stat in the game. Does not use this stat. Oh, I also realized I need to update my timer here. Sorry about that. We got to turn off the little 1. And then update the countdown. See, the countdown timer can only go, it can only go to 99 minutes. So anyway, that should be good there. So yeah, kind of a cruel joke on this class. It does not actually use. It has the highest stat value of this in the game. It doesn't actually use this. Although you can use it if you break a staff. That's the only way it can use this. Varus, this is just like a good all-around class. Strength is a little bit low, but the good news is this class doesn't actually use the strength stat for its damage. Agility is above average. Stamina is solid, not great. Magic, not great, but just like solid all-around stats. And then Necromancer has spellcasting stats. This class has very high strength for a spellcaster. It also has very high stamina for a spellcaster and good magic. Now, here's the trade-off. The Necromancer class can't heal. In battle, you can heal them out of battle. They can't heal in battle. Kind of a weakness. Casting a healing spell on them hurts the class. So, yeah. I haven't looked for a better countdown. This countdown works great. All I like to do is, after I just have to turn off the little one. All right, it's going to ask me, do I want a tutorial on the job system? And I'm going to say no. I am already pretty familiar with how the job system works. Hidden zombie status. Well, zombie status actually is slightly different. There is actually a zombie status in this game, and it works a little bit differently. But it is undead status, for what that's worth. Now, like, the healing pot will work. We can use potions outside of battle, but in battle we can't heal with, like, healing spells or items. Use a potion on Galuf, he will take damage. That said, there is a Dark Arts ability that can heal him, so it's not completely pointless. Can also break poison rods on him to heal him. Or venom rods, which is also ridiculous, but that might be an option later on. We'll see. Necromancer does not play well with the rest of the party, basically. All right, so we're going to go over here to this town. We have to go here anyway. This is mandatory for story reasons. Grog. They really want beer, but in this translation, they have it as grog. But they actually want to drink beer. By the way, because we have because Bartz is a Brave Blade user, we actually do not want to run from any combats the entire game. So we also have that little fun mini game. There are a couple things hidden around here. If I remember correctly, there's a couple things hidden. Maybe not in there. This is the item shop, right? Probably do want some more potions. Do we have we have one tent. Let's just get like 10 potions for right now. How do I get the... There we go. This... didn't even ask me to confirm that. It just instantly handed them over. Nope. I used to remember where all the potions were, or hidden stuff is. There we go. 150 gold. Gil, as this game calls it. I've always hated that name. Gil. Pub is full of pirates. Yeah, we brought them. Stupid girl. No. This is the, like, tutorial area. Yeah, sure. We're newcomers. There's stuff you can actually loot some stuff from the pots, which is why we're coming in here. And it's like actually pretty useful. And there's a hidden path over here to get to this one. Yeah, ethers are pretty rare. Ethers restore magic points. They're quite expensive. Alright, if we fight this guy, we get a leather shoe. Which is a terrible accessory, but for this stage of the game, it's all we've got. Oh, by the way, yeah, Galuf's invisible. There's no Necromancer sprite for Galuf, so he's just a ghost right now. Get used to that. He's gonna be like that for a long time. Yes, that's actually how the game works. He's a freaking ghost. All right, bye. We don't need to talk to anybody. We're just here to loot all your stuff. Let's see if there's anything we can buy here. Yeah, Ferris pops back in so we can get her stuff. All right, we do need another leather shield. We do need 2 more leather caps. Unfortunately, we can't equip Ferris until she comes back, which she will. All right, but we do want to give you that leather shield. Oh, that's okay. We didn't have to equip her anyway. We'll give you the leather cap. I mean, 2 defense is better than 1. Not very good, but it's better than nothing. Do we ever see any cows in this game? I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I can't remember if there's a better weapon here or not. No, we're good. I guess it's good we grab that staff so that Lena has something to use. All right, now there's something in... There we go, a tent. So they sell magic spells in here, but we can't use them. So this is the entry-level white and black magic spells, but we can't use them. We don't have a white mage or a black mage, so those spells are useless to us. Is there something back here? I can't remember. I guess not. Okay, I think that's pretty much... Oh, there's one more treasure. Oh, we got a cutscene here. I'm pretty sure this is Zock's house. I love how she says that as though we know who Zock is. He built the canal. Yeah, there's something in that patch of grass up there. Phoenix down, yeah. Again, the early game has lots of these items, and then they just completely disappear as the game goes on. Sorry to keep repeating that. And there's something in this box, too. Leather. Oh, another pair of leather shoes. I'll give them to Ferris when Ferris is back in my party. Alright, time for another short cutscene. This guy gets his own surprise animation. Zock! Yeah, who doesn't know Zock? Again, the game acts as though we know who this is. We need to go through the canal. Oh no, the beasts in the canal have multiplied like rabbits. It's much too dangerous. I seem to have lost the key to the canal. Zock, you're a failure. Pull it together, Zock. I can't help you. Still, why don't you at least stay the night? Yay! Zock sounds like a made-up word, so the media doesn't have to curse. My wife, when she's texting on her phone, the autocorrect keeps changing the word to duck. So she'll say, I'm so frustrated with this ducking thing. I'm like, is that autocorrect again? It keeps using duck. Not Spambot's going to keep track of how many days go by. I will task you with that. The crystals, they're the reason, Dad. Do we have a tragic backstory here? Everybody's got to have a tragic backstory. Bart, why did your hair change color as you got older? Never tell Late about the crystals. Because of the sleep to heal mechanic. Good thing he's not listening into this conversation. Meanwhile, good thing this guy had 4 beds in his house. The tragic backstory of why his parents decided to name him Late. It was his Chocobo sensei. What's the matter, Late? I hate my name. They died a while back, though. I like to imagine this scene as once Zock learned that Bart's had a tragic backstory, he was like, oh, this guy clearly is a JRPG protagonist. Here, take the key. As soon as I heard that your parents were dead, I knew I had to give you the key. It was either Late or Butts. Please, take care. If only a big, strong man were here to protect Lena. It's like, dude, Lena can take care of herself. Alright, there is still one other thing we need to do. We need to go play the piano in this town. Alright, well, we got what we came for. Bye. We didn't get his budding gear. Trying to remember if there's anything in these pots. No. Okay, we still have to play the piano. We need them to move, though. So we apparently have to have them do their dancing performance, which, again, no comment. Use your imagination. It's a 16-bit game. Couldn't show that much. Okay. And yes, that was 3 of them. Well, now we can play the piano. Art's is just as good as you think he would be. Piano skills leveled up. Okay, bud. I don't think there's anything else in here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. We can say hi to Ferris, I guess. Bart's. Yeah, the most important part of the quest, Bart's getting piano lessons. I didn't see anything. Must have been a trick of the light or something. Oh no, a woman in uniform, yeah. Just gorgeous. Okay. Alright, let's get going. Enough tomfoolery. I am kind of amused that if this is the sprite art, if this is what Ferris is supposed to look like, that they thought that this was a man just because Ferris was a pirate. I'd like, really? Okay, guys, sure, whatever. Like, really? Okay. Actual look? Hold on. No, that was that's the captain from the Disney's Treasure Planet. Let's link there. All right, time to head out of town. Got that pirate theme going. Sorry, leaving you behind. No! If only we carried a half dozen pirates around with us the whole game. I would enjoy this game if we had pirate minions for the whole game. The smells of a long journey. Ferris, did you read the script? We can't allow anyone to raid our booty. Yeah, if we had an army of pirates and a warship, indeed. Alright, bye. Alright. Oh, another cutscene. Forgot, the early part of the game has a lot of cutscenes. What's wrong? Imagine what would happen, though, if there were no wind in the real world. That would... I mean, it would be pretty bad. If there were no weather patterns... If there was no wind and there were no weather patterns, I think that everyone on Earth would starve pretty quickly. Because there'd be no rainfall. At first, nothing would happen, but it wouldn't be very long before the Earth began to decay. Seas, rivers ceased to flow, fires lost their heat, the world became dark and cold, it became an unlivable world. Yeah, I feel like out of these characters, Galuf and Ferris are by far the most interesting of the characters. Did that trigger any of your memories? Nope. Still gonna help. We still have to find Lena's father. Yes, Lena's father. He still lives, for sure. Before I was just coming along for the ride. But now that I have this crystal shard, the power of the wing crystal, ... I'm in. We've got some crystals to save. Yeah, unfortunately our four heroes kind of suck at their jobs. As we will see over the course of the game. Unfortunately, these four kind of suck at their jobs. Alright, we finally get control of the ship back. Alright, head to the canal. Everyone's like, but wait, we can't get through the canal. Except Bart's just happens to have the key now. I love he makes no attempt to explain how he has the key. It's like, what? Where did you get the key? Doesn't matter. Let's get going. It's like, Bart's our leader, everybody. Like, Bart's, where did you get that key? No, no, don't be honest. Let's just move on anyway. What a jerk. All right. Well, now we finally have our classes intact for battle purposes. All right. So let's talk about what the classes have. So Bart's can get by just fine with auto attacking. His job command is Finisher. Finisher can do three things. It can fizzle out. It can do what is called a critical hit, but what is not actually a critical hit. It does double damage. Or it can hit with an elemental attack, and the elemental attack does 9999 damage every single time. Well, did my controller conk out yet again? It's been doing this a lot. Let's just see if he can roll the Finisher result once I can actually control the game again. Okay, come on. By the way, Galuf is here. You just can't see him. So Ferris has Open Fire for her job command. And this one does a number of different things. But I think it has 4 different effects that they can have. And they're basically all good. We'll have her use Open Fire. All right, finish. Oh, we got the Finisher. Oh, we got the attempt failed. Fires a little cannon. Okay. Yeah, that just did 900 damage. I want to point out again, you're not supposed to have these classes until much later in the game. But I'm still amused by that. All right, the job command for Galuf is Dark Arts. Now, he has nothing here. Oh no, that's because the Necromancer class has to see an enemy use these Dark Arts to cast them. And unfortunately, the first version of the Dark Arts doesn't pop up until in the second world, so that's a long way away. So this command is basically useless for right now. He will get another job command later on, so for right now he can attack. All right, Lena's job command is Condemn. These don't cost any magic points. There's 8 of these. This one heals. This one cures status ailments. This one deals fire damage. This deals ice damage. This deals lightning damage. I don't remember what this one does. This one is an attempt to insta-kill the target, and this one is stop status. When she picks one of these, it'll start a ticking clock over the person's head, and when it gets down to 0, it'll have whatever its effects are. Now, early in the game, these are very slow. Like, super slow. It's like, it's going to take 20 seconds for that to go off. Every time she gains a level in the job class, that will go down. It starts at 20. It eventually goes down to 5 seconds. It gets much better over time. Okay, come on, game. What are you doing? I'm going to have to look at this controller because it keeps conking out here. It says it has max battery, too. All right. There we go. Invisible Galuf. Yep. So technically, Ferris could use some healing here, but I think she's okay for right now. Anyway, for these battles, we really don't need to use Finisher, because Bart's can just attack, and then Ferris can attack. They're the 2 fastest members of the party, and that'll kill most things at this stage of the game. But yeah, we can always fish with Finisher for the... She can have, yes, she can have multiple timers going at once. That's correct. Oh, I should have used Open... What? She should be using Open Fire. Open Fire is really good. Staff attack! Invisible Dagger! We were actually 1 tile off triggering the cutscene. By the way, this is the whole dungeon. As short as that sound, that's the entire dungeon. Very, very short. Oh no, the sealed monster. The rudder's not responding. You better figure out something fast. We're getting sucked in. Now, there's actually multiple different ways we can one-shot this monster with this party, so we'll just fish and see what happens. Both Open Fire and Finisher can one-shot this. I will probably not use Finisher on every boss because it just trivializes them in the early game. But I'll try to get at least 1 early boss kill with Finisher because it's hilarious. Syndra, what's wrong? Or is it Syndra or Sildra? I think it's Sildra. Alright. We got the critical hit, which is the middle version. Okay. Oh, cool. We got the... So, as far as what this boss can do, this is Karlavos. Calarbos has a very simple AI. There's 3 things it can do. It depends on what round. It actually has 3 different rounds, and then it just repeats the same 3 rounds over and over again. It can do attack, which is just a basic attack. It can do tentacle, which it paralyzes, and it can do tail screw, which drops your HP down to between 1 and 10. It usually drops it down to like 5 HP. We got the best result. We just did normal attack there. All right. I mean, you're not going to last long enough, but we'll put that on there. And yeah, you can't do anything right now. Oh, we actually failed the... Oh, you know what it is? This thing has the heavy flag in the code, so we can't use condemn on it. This thing's almost dead. Yeah, there we go. Well, that was easy enough. The 500 damage open fire certainly was nice there. Hey, we'll take a 10. Hi, Shalathot. This was translated as Carl Boss, I think, in the terrible PlayStation translation. No! Not... We need that to move. We need Sildra to move. Bart is like, I'm sure she's okay. Ferris is much more concerned about Sildra than any of the pirates. Imagine if we loaded Gil Cannon into the open fire cannon. Yeah. Gil Toss is the samurai, one of the samurai unique class abilities. It's stupidly broken in this game. It's good in almost every single situation possible. It just trivializes the whole game. You just walk up, Gil Toss, Gil Toss. You can read the report on my website if you want, but the whole game is literally just Gil Toss, Gil Toss, Gil Toss. Kills every boss. That stupid tentacle... Yeah, so the reason why that boss is so painful is it can paralyze you with tentacle, then tail screw. It doesn't matter if you have like 500 health. You instantly go down to 5 health. Next attack kills you. It can do that super easily. Or it can just do the tail screw, your 5 HP, next attack kills you. Just super easy to do that. Because some classes have very low offense, and it takes them many rounds to kill the boss. But it's doable by any class. Literally every class can beat that boss. It's just, it's hard. Like, solo white mage, like, yeah, it's bad. Hey, dear sorry, and thanks for subscribing. The boss is a pain solo. It's a joke with the full party. I mean, if you're supposed to have like a black mage here. You just cast Bolt or whatever they call it in this translation. And that does like 200 damage. You just cast it like 2 or 3 times. The boss has, I think, 650 health. It's right around 650 or 700. It's something like that. I'd have to look up the exact number, but it's not a lot. Throwing money at your problems is a pretty good strategy. Yep. All right, now we have our next dungeon coming up. It is a little awkward that we go straight into another dungeon here, but it's pretty doable. All right, come on, everybody. Galuf is the first one up. White Mage is probably the worst solo due to how staff it takes. No, White Mage is not the worst. White Mage, it's one of the hardest. I have it rated down towards the bottom of my tier list, but it's mostly an exercise in patience. There's only one really, really hard fight, and that's the Atmos fight in World 2. Mostly, though, it just requires a lot of patience, because you kind of have to run bosses out of magic points. It's locked. I thought we could get an inn down here. Maybe I'm thinking of another part of the game, though. Yes, we do get an inn here. All right, not spam bot. You can increase your counter. Only one bed, though, unfortunately. The worst solo is, by far, the Berserker. If you don't believe me, go read the write-up. All right, so now we're all healed up again. Not that we really took that much damage. Day 3. This is the ghost ship. It's this is a pretty clever dungeon. I like the way this one looks. Back attack. Okay, well that's not good. Hopefully they'll hit the character. They don't do that much damage. Okay. All right, we'll try that. Finisher doesn't... All right, well, yeah, you get a lot of attempt failed. As you level up the class, you get better results. Okay. All right. I mean, they're not gonna let. This is not. They're never gonna. They're gonna die before we get a chance to use this. But sure, why not? We'll put this on. You know what? I'll leave this one alive so you guys can see what it looks like when it goes off. Ow, yeah. And no, I wanted you to hit the guys in the back row, not the front row. All right. All right, so defend, and we'll move you guys into the back row. We'll just let this go off so we can see what it looks like. Eventually it's going to go off. I promise. It's going to go off eventually. Still ticking down. There we go. We created a skeleton-shaped hole in the universe. I actually do want to use a potion on Lena because she got a little low there. Just for safety's sake. Oh, we have those leather shoes. I need to give those to Ferris. That's right. All right, we'll sort the list. Okay. There we go. This is the Morning Star down here, isn't it? The weapon that the solo white mage will use for like the whole game. Or the flail. It was the morning. This is the weapon that the Oracle's gonna use. Well, the Oracle's actually gonna use the healing staff, but like this is the best weapon that the white mage and the Oracle get until the end of World 2. Yeah, this is the only weapon they can equip. Staves are the worst weapon type in the game. Except for maybe bells. But no one has only bells. Even the Geomancer can use daggers. It goes down to 5 seconds eventually. By the way, these bird things, that Cakrathul. Oh, I should have just opened fire again. They can drop elixirs as well. It's a 1 in 16 drop. Ow. These things do... Okay, those things definitely do more damage than the skeletons. Yeah, there's that flail. Okay, ow. Ferris is taking some damage here. We're going to wait and let this heal go off on Galuf. Ow. Okay, that probably wasn't worth it. Oh! I forgot he's a necromancer! Oh my god, I spent all that time and now he's dead. Whoa, yes! Oh my goodness, remember how I said, this makes up for it. Remember how I said that those little bird things can drop an elixir? We got not one, we got both of them dropping. That is the 1 in 16 result hitting twice in the same battle. That's a 1 in 256 result. Wow. That's a 1 in 256 result. Okay, maybe the game liked what I did to poor Galuf there. We'll bring him back. Use one of our rare potions. Alright, well, I forgot that we can't heal him in battle. This is also why I made sure to buy a couple of these earlier. I forgot we can't heal him. He literally can't heal. Oh, man. There's something in here. No, I thought there was. Yeah, 1 in 16 is like not common, but it's not like ridiculous. Some games have much lower odds. Like I've been playing the Final Fantasy, the Dragon Quest III remake, and the seed drops, which are the stat boosting items. They have 1 in 64 odds to drop. So a lot, like 1 in 64 is much lower than 1 in 16. Obviously, it's 4 times worse, but yeah, 1 in 64, you don't see that very often. No, Lena, you missed. The flail she has misses 15% of the time. It's only 85% accurate. I mean, I don't need to... Oh, we got another dagger. Is that better? That might actually be... I think that's actually better than what Galuf has. Or no, he already has a dagger. Never mind. I thought he still had the knife. I mean, you can also look at, like, Diablo 2. Some of those rare runes in Diablo have, like, a 1 in... literally, like, 1 in 5 million odds to drop in some of those some of those things. I'm not even exaggerating. The Zod rune is like 1 in a million or something like that in some of these places. I'm sure that there's like some mobile game that has some ridiculous drop odds too. Alright, now that battle's pretty pointless, but... Anyway, there was a plot-mandated heal up ahead, so that's why I don't think we need to use more potions right now. Alright, there we go. Okay, there's a chest down here. Or no, this takes us. Does this take us forward, or is this a dead end? I can't remember. I think no. I think the other way actually. I think this actually takes us forward. I think the other way was the way I needed to go for a chest. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, undead husk. Now this thing's also undead, but we got the preemptive strike, so we can get in. Our attack first. Oh, why am I not using open fire with Ferris? I keep forgetting to use it. Oh. Ah, Galuf gained a job level. Now he can actually do something. Okay. He learned Oath. Call forth a demon. Now he can actually do something in these battles. Fortunately, it only took 20 ability points for him to get that. Now he can actually do stuff. All right. I could also be using Finisher, I suppose. Open fire. There we go. There's 4 different results from open fire that you can get. Purple shot. I believe the purple shot is the second best. I think the X shot is the best. All right, hey, we got our Phoenix down back that we used. There is no cost to open fire. It's a very good ability. It scales well as the game goes on, too. And then she learns an even better... Also, it's row independent. Oop. I just want you to attack. It's row independent. It scales great. Alright, Oath. Flaremancer. There's 4 different results from Oath as well. This is the rare... This is actually the rarest of the 4. Summons a thing that casts... Yeah, okay. Good job, Galuf. Have I mentioned you're not supposed to have these... abilities until later in the game? Well, it's not balanced, but remember, you're not supposed to have these characters until the end of the game. These classes are not intent. I mean, like, I still haven't even used Finisher successfully with Bartz yet. Alright, he got the critical hit. He still has not pulled out his instant kill thing. Wow, he pulled Flaremancer twice in a row. What are the... I think the odds for the Flaremancer are only like 1 in 16 or something like that. I have to look up the exact odds. Should have probably done that before playing. Alright, well, apparently it's level up time for basically everybody. Yeah, you're not supposed to unlock these jobs until later. Again, this is not a challenge playthrough. This is a let's have fun with the classes and try to highlight some of the ones that I have not... I don't think I've featured any of these classes on stream before. Necromancer is unlocked by defeating the optional super boss. I believe that's correct. Something like that. I'm going to change into dry clothes. No peeking. It's like, okay. Time to get dry. You'll catch pneumonia in those wet things. I love how they run over and start trying to take Ferris's clothes off. It's like, what's wrong with you guys? This he's a she. Oh, wow. Who saw that coming? Why were you trying to hide it? A lad or lass. Would you want to be the only girl on a ship full of pirates? I knew you were too pretty to be a man. Whew. Not gonna address this. I'll shiver your timbers, but good. Okay. Smooth move, Caliph. One thing I don't really like about the portrait art is like Lena has pink hair and Ferris has purple hair, but in their portrait art they then have blonde hair. I've never really liked that. I don't know. I like the sprites better than the portrait arts that they did later. Like it just I don't know. To me, that portrait art just doesn't look like Ferris's sprite character. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think they really look that much alike. So it's part of the reason why I don't really like the sprite art. Also, Galuf being silly again. Thank you, not Spambot. Day 4. Managed to get a nice HP refill. Also, Galuf. Seriously, dude, cut it out. You don't get to tell people how to dress. At least Bartz is less of a jerk. Alright, let's get going. Time to summon more demons. And there's a save spot here. I'm just thinking of how little we did from day to day. Just thinking of how little actually happened. Yeah. Alright. I do like the way this dungeon is kind of stitched together. And yes, we can walk down here to get another chest. Alright, no, actually, I guess it's up there that we go. I could have just attacked there, couldn't I? Oh, we got the X. The X is an instant death attack, by the way. Deals damage, but it's also an instant death move if the damage doesn't outright kill them. Oh, there's nothing over here? I thought there was something over here. Oh, well, my bad. Well, that'll kill one of these. Purple shot. Oh, whoops. I meant to use Oath with him. I thought I was on Lena there. That's my bad. At least it seems as though we outspeed these enemies, which is not guaranteed. I got the X one again. Okay. Oh no, the elixirs are fighting back. Okay, I guess that was a dead end. I thought there was something over here, but I am wrong. It's been a little too long since I made my way through this dungeon. Oh, whatever. The one skeleton fight is not really worth our time. Oh, Lena gained a... Okay. Wait, what? Why does she have condemned twice? You might be like, wait a minute, why did she have condemned twice? The reason for this is, this way, if she were to change to another job, she could then now bring condemn with it. Apparently it's not letting me pick this because... Okay. Apparently the controller died yet again. I'm having bad luck with this. Again, I'm confused about that because apparently it says the battery is full. Alright, so she just has double condemn right now, which doesn't do anything, by the way. We can just select the same thing twice. Alright. Let's see what's in here. A map. World map. Ferris seems so happy to fire the cannon. The elixirs are fighting back. Alright, there are a couple chests down here. Antidote. That would be useful if we got poisoned. And another Phoenix down. At least the game's giving us a couple Phoenix downs. Alright, we're going to try our finisher. He keeps failing. Come on, bud. That works. Flaremancer again. Why do I keep getting Flaremancer? There are 4 options to this ability. I want to be clear, there's 4 different things that can happen. We keep getting the same Flaremancer one over and over again. This thing can confuse you with its attack, but that didn't happen. Yeah, no mimics here. Okay, we'll just slash this. That thing doesn't have much health left. It's weird how safe the undead husk is. There's enemies like the mine. Yeah. Alright. Whoop, 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 whoop. Sadly, there's no treasure in there. It just opens the path forward. Okay, we're going to try finisher. He still has not gotten finisher off successfully yet. All right, there we go. Yep, that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, yes. Come on, game. I do not have a backup controller to use here, unfortunately. It just keeps struggling. And then it works perfectly afterwards, but anyway. Alright, so we're about to fight a boss, so I'll just heal everybody up. We'll buy more potions. We gained some more money. Yeah, we gained quite a bit of money, so we'll buy some more potions. Alright. By the way, money is often tight in this game. Alright. Something's fishy about this place, and it ain't COD. Needless to say, that was not in the Japanese version. That's just a fanciful edition. Late. Late, come closer. Mom? It's a genjutsu! And Bart's is doing about as well as you would expect. He's kind of an idiot. Ah, so that's where King Tycoon was. Father. Yep, our party, ladies and gentlemen. Not handling this very well. Good thing Galuf has amnesia. He had... The boss tries to create someone that he knows. Grandpa over here. He's like, I'm a grandfather? He's like, I have absolutely no idea who that is. Wait, what happened to... Why are our characters appearing and disappearing? I guess there was an issue with the emulation there. Just let us have your soul. Siren has nice hair. Oh ho! You know it's a Japanese game when you hear the oh ho's. I didn't expect any of you to escape the effects. I'm afraid your companion's souls now belong to me. I can convince to spare yours if you ran home quietly. You think I would abandon these kids? Why would you risk your life for these people? Because they're my friends. I've known them for like an hour. Time to use Slap Attack. He literally runs over and slaps them. Galuf, not afraid to hit a woman. Good old sobering slap. It's not clear where he hit them. I'm just going to assume he slapped them in the face. Yay, we got our souls back. Alright. Well. And now Late's not going to be doing very much. Anyway, this boss has two forms. There's a human form that's a spellcaster. And then there's a... an undead form that's like a physical attacker. I'll just put this rejuvenation on somebody. We don't even know who's going to get hurt. Can't put it on Galuf. That'll kill him. Skeleton is one of the more common things you get out of this. All right, this thing's gonna cast 2 more spells, and then it'll shift into its undead form. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna be enough there. Open fire is probably gonna do most of the damage in this battle. I think that's, yeah, I was gonna say I think that's enough. Open fire does a lot of damage for this stage in the game. All right, Ferris just learned an ability called Lure that increases the random encounter rate. I don't think we actually want to turn that on, but, or was that Bartsu learned it? One of them just learned it. Haha, my new, is that a cannon? Yep. I said Cannoneer is one of the best classes in the game. It's very, very good, strong class. All right, who is it who actually learned that? Attract enemies hits. I thought that increased the random encounter rate. Anyway, we don't really need that, so. Finisher. Bye. Oop. Oh, we haven't even gotten to the... Oh, zombie dragon. That poisons the enemies. Has highly variable damage. It can do a lot. Okay, well... Gallop, good job. You just healed the enemy. This will kill it. I think the skeletons have around 80 health. Somewhere right around there. Alright. It's going to be really fun when Lena needs... Okay, Lena needs 50 more ability points. And then she'll unlock the real ability of the Oracle class. Predict. That's when we get to have some fun. Wait, why is... I guess you can't sprint on the overworld. Every time you hit this thing, it has a chance to counterattack. It chose not to. I think it has 2/3 odds to counterattack. It did not actually counterattack. This will definitely kill the Tattoo. Bye. And this... I wasn't quite fast enough getting the command in. Alright, well, we got Flaremancer again. I swear to God, Flaremancer is not one of the more common ones. There's 4 of these. We still haven't even seen the 4th one yet. Keep rolling Flaremancer at low odds over and over again. This is what cows look like in this universe. Alright, and we do have a world map now. Where's the world map? Is it... Which button is the world map? It's R. Okay. Yeah, there we are. We're in the northeast corner. I missed them. I've been spoiled by the maps in Dragon Quest III's remake. The maps in that game are, like, ridiculous. Alright. Let's make sure we go get that ice rod first. Oh, it's this music. Here we go. We gotta get that ice rod. Or frost rod. Probably rather have this. We can also break that rod to cast Ice 3, but only one time. Or whatever it's called in this translation. I still think of it as Ice 3. So much for the glorious age of ship travel. This music sounds cool at first. After like 2 or 3 minutes, you want to like dig your eyeballs out. Because it keeps... It has a very short loop before it repeats. Alright. Piano number 2. Yep. Good job, Bartz. There's 8 pianos in the world. Just as an FYI. Is there anything up here on the 2nd floor? Isn't there a hidden passage in here? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong area. Alright, I guess not. I don't think there's any purpose to that room. I can't remember anything ever happening in that room. Maybe it was something that they thought about putting in the game and then never ended up manifesting. Hey. Too bad it didn't land on my mother-in-law. Hey, Nolamorph, thanks for subscribing again. Alright, magic. We don't need magic. We don't have spellcasters. Well, we do, but they can't use white and match. Alright, this thing does have higher attack value. I guess we technically should get one for, well, I'll just buy one for now, because Ferris doesn't really need to attack, to be perfectly honest. Bartz does, though. Because, oh, if you're curious about how Open Fire deals damage, Open Fire deals damage based on your level. The damage formula is based on the level of the character squared. So 7 times 7. So it's actually scales really well into like the extreme late game because it's doubling the or squaring the level, but it has nothing to do with the strength stat. So giving Ferris better weapons doesn't actually increase the damage from that ability. Hey, first time chat, King Nyla. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Excited for Civ Survivor. Unfortunately, work. We'll try to catch the video when you get home. I'm sorry, you'll have to miss it. All right, now the bronze shield we do want. Okay, so we definitely have improved equipment here for like everybody. First, let's sell the garbage we don't need. Not that we get much from this, but... yeah, that's the thing. It's expensive outfitting everybody in this game. All right. Well, let's see. We need 2 of these. We do not need 11 of these. We need 1 of these. No, wait. We have a bronze. We already have a... didn't we get a bronze armor from the siren? I just sold it, didn't I? I got one from Siren and then I sold it like an idiot. Okay, well. Yeah. That's on me. So I could have just held on to that. Oh well. It's not that big of a deal, but... yeah, we did get one of these from Siren. Oh well. So you might be seeing that there's these 3 different things here. This is from the heavy armor set. This is from the medium armor set. This is from the light armor set. The Gladiator can equip both the heavy and medium armor set. The Cannoneer is medium armor set, and then the Oracle and Necromancer are both the light armor set, which is what you'd expect. All right, so let's see. Which one of these would I prefer Bart's? Because Bart's, again, can equip from 2 different armor sets. So this one gives more defense. 8 defense, 5 of 8. And, okay, it looks like the bronze armor is just better, although it does have more equipment weight. But it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. As I said, I was kind of stupid. I forgot that I had that. All right. Cotton Robe. Cotton Robe is more defense, more magic defense. It doesn't make a huge difference, but we might as well equip the better stuff. All right. You have no choice. You can't use the heavy armor set. And that's it. Getting tired of that music in the background yet? It's still playing. And I'd like to get some more potions, too. Never gets old, right? I don't think there's anything in these pots. Yeah, it repeats like every 20 seconds. All right, now we do need a few of these items. Just for when we get hit by status conditions. These are more expensive. So like that's most of our money right there. We need a couple more of these. And I'd like to get like another 11 potions. All right, that's pretty much everything. We can't really afford anything else. So there we go. 25 potions. We have at least a handful of these. I'll get more of these as I get more money. Like the eye drops, the gold needle, and my controller conked out yet again. I'm going to try it without being plugged in and see if that's better. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope, that did not improve the situation. I have to look at this. This is the worst it's been. Unfortunately, this is of course when people are watching. It's the old streamer's curse, right? It's like this never happens unless I'm live streaming. But it actually has been happening off stream too, just not as bad. All right, now do we need to go to the inn? I don't think so. I think everybody's fine. We didn't really learn what we were supposed to go through next, but basically we heard the we can't take this ship. We can't take a ship, so we have to go over the mountains. Okay. That'll work. Again, the critical hit is not really a critical hit. It just doubles the damage. Critical hits double damage and ignore defense, which can be a very big deal. Sure, you can take that out. Let's see what we pull out this time. All right, that's the last one. It is the last. So that's the fourth one, demon that we can get. It casts Aqua Rake. It's kind of a long animation, but sure, that works. Apparently we leveled. Oh, cool, another tent. We'll use that the next time we have a save spot before the next boss fight. All right. All right, attempt failed. Sure. Just in case that actually goes off, which it probably won't. The timer will go down every time Lena gains a level. Yeah, it already went down from 20 to 15. Well, again, we keep pulling Flaremancer so often. I gotta look up the odds on Flaremancer. I thought that was the lowest odds, but maybe not, because we're pulling it so often. So the next job level she gets, that'll go down to 10 seconds. Again, it gets much more viable. Oh, good. I'll wait and let the rejuvenation go off, because it will heal Bart's. Oh, he actually blocked it. So shields in this game don't increase your defense. What they do is they give you a chance to block. Yeah, that's nice. It the shield they have right now, I think, is 15% odds to block a physical attack. Does it say? Yeah, 15% evasion. So shields are quite nice. They give you a chance to just outright not get hit by attacks. And by the way, if they dodge the attack, they don't. If there's like a status attached to the attack, it doesn't take place if they dodge it, which is what you'd expect logically, but it's still nice to have that confirmed. So like if it's an attack that would paralyze and they dodge it, they don't get paralyzed, which is, you know, great. All right, Bart, you need to work on this, buddy. You just attack. Smack him for... Actually, that damage was pretty good. Oops, you need to be on Oath. Note that I don't control the target of the Oath. It just hits something random. The Gale cat. Yeah, these things have like 120 health, so... Yeah. Bart should probably just attack. Although I like that we got 2 ability points for that. Alright, so yeah, Galuf is not really going to gain anything from a level here, because it's just going to give him rank 1 Dark Arts, which is useless. I can't remember what ability Ferris gets, but what I really want, I want Lena to get up to that 50 so she can learn Predict. And it'll also drop the timer on her Oaths, or whatever they're called. Predict is a really weird ability, probably the weirdest ability in the whole game now. I said I was just going to attack with you. Yeah, he has enough damage to one-shot now. That's good. I mean, open fire is like a one-shot kill on basically anything right now. Here comes a skeleton to cast a lightning bolt. Yeah, again, open fire scaled really well throughout the game, too. At least I found when I played a solo game. It, like, legitimately scaled really well as the game went on. I should have just had him attack. Why do I keep doing that? Alright, well that works. So just get used to that cannon animation. Just gonna keep doing that a lot. I believe that this hits everything on screen, the Raja forms, because I think Aqua Rake hits everything. Nice. We got the outdoors music here. I like this track. Oh man, not quite enough. But I think that this thing has like no health left, so Lena can finish it. Oh my god, Lena! You're supposed to finish that thing off. This thing literally has like 5 HP. And look at that. Now Ferris got to get bopped in the mouth. That's fine. By the way, you don't get ability points very fast in this game. You get them pretty slowly. Bosses do not give golden experience. They just give ability points in this game. Alright, so Bart's first. Cannon second. Boom. And then it's just what random thing do we pull out? Zombie Dragon. Which might one-shot this, or it might do like 10 damage. It's hard to predict. Yeah, I only did 65. Now it actually did pull... Lena! Lena, not pulling her weight right now. Yeah, see, Dark Arts level 1. That allows him to cast Dark Arts when he's in another job that's not the Necromancer, but like that's kind of pointless here. Oh, back attack. This might hurt. Hopefully they'll hit Bartz and Ferris, who are already in the back row. Yeah, ow. 30 damage. And Bartz is in the back row, so his damage just got cut. I should have shot it. Lena in her fancy dress using a giant, cruel-looking flare. Well, Zombie Dragon will hit both of these. This hits everything on screen. Oh, we got good rolls that time. Yeah, so every spell in the game has like a base spell power, and then it gets multiplied by a multiplier. Zombie Dragon can do anywhere from 10 base to 100 base damage. That's why the damage is so variable. So it's hard to predict what it's going to do. It might hit for a lot. It might do almost nothing. Also, by the way, these flowers, if you walk through them, they poison you. So we want to try to avoid walking through them. Fortunately, there's a path to avoid that. Oh, well, I keep saying, why don't I just attack? Yeah. Oh well. $27 damage. Well, whichever one gets hit by this is dead. He's like, screw you, left tombstone. Yep. Again, they have a little over 100 health, so kind of overkill. Yeah. Where did these headstones come from? Why are they there? One really amusing thing is the headstones can cast Flash, which is a spell that blinds you, but they can't do it. They don't have enough magic points to cast it normally. So what you can do is you can use an Ether to give them magic points so that they can cast Flash, and then they can teach your Blue Mage how to use that spell, which is really amusing. Hey there, welcome. Yeah, we are doing a Final Fantasy V playthrough, day 5. Not spam about keeping track of what day we're on every time we rest. Alright. If you're wondering, there's a boss right here. A helmet. I love that. Lena just gets hit by an arrow. Like, where did this even come from? The writing in this game is so bizarre. And then there's an earthquake that drops part of the cliff off. Another oh ho 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 villain. I've caught something even more valuable. You'd hunt a Windrake? Of course, their horns fetch a high price on the black market. Oh ho 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 ho. I've caught less than the Princess of Tycoon. Let her go! And then Ferris is going to jump over the cliff. Woo! And then also falls off a cliff. It's like, what is going on here? Oops, I guess he slipped. Pity. What? Isn't this the last... Yeah, isn't this the last her you left? How is there a black market for them? Well, they're really valuable then. And then out of nowhere, Ferris tosses down a rope. Okay. Like, what is going on in this cutscene? It's so random. I'll just have to crush all 4 of you. By the way, note that Lena does start the battle poisoned, which is pretty funny. This might just kill Magus of the one shot. Okay, yeah, she's dead. Yep. Ferris, thank you. That cannon did some work. Alright. Now, can anyone actually use this whip out of the classes we have? Nope. Beastmaster alone weapon. It's not actually that good of a weapon, but the Mithril Helm, Bartz can definitely equip that. Yeah. So that happened. We just open fire and that's it. Never mind Ghost Gallop in the battles either. Alright, next cutscene time. And then we got attacked by one cat. Don't worry, Hiryu. I'll take care of you. Lena, where are you going? I will be fine. Just have to reach the grass. Why couldn't the Windrake just go grab that itself? It's like 10 feet away. Give it. There goes Lena again. Please, get well. Yeah, if only Lena had a method to cure poison or heal. That was insanely reckless. By the way, I like the way that the Windrake looks, the Hiryu. Nice little 16-bit sprite. Lena's poisoning is cured. Looks like you're both hale and hearty again. Well, that was pointless. I don't like heights. By the way, everyone else just laughs at him. Again, what is wrong with this party? They're so mean. They all just laugh at him. And Gallo shoves him on. What jerks. I realize this is being played for comedy, but that's still... like, what the heck? This game is so funny sometimes. The example of the plot ignoring abilities the characters have. I can't say I've played... I haven't really played games in the Fallout series, but I'll take your word for it. Alright, anyway, now we have a dragon, so that's nice. You might think that we're supposed to go to the next town, which is Warus or Walrus, depending on your translation. But no, we actually want to go back to Tycoon, because this is our one opportunity to go there. And they have some useful stuff. In particular, they have the healing staff, which we are going to give to Lena, because she can't equip a real weapon. She might as well heal us. Just have to make sure not to use it on our Necromancer. So this is a little bit of a sequence break, but you can get... The game lets you go here, so... Chancellor wants to speak with you. Oh, we want to speak with him. Actually, no. What we want to do is loot this castle. I can't remember if there's anything on this side. Okay, yeah, there is stuff on the... A cottage. I think there's 2 cottages in here, if I remember correctly, yeah. Nothing in the pots. Those are the upgraded version of the tents. My character has to sacrifice to enter a room baked in radiation. I mean, okay, the one we really want is through here, but we have to talk to the Chancellor first. The heal staff's over there. I mean, we just saw you at the Wind Shrine like 3 days ago. No need to worry. First, you have to return to the palace. Our guard has been severely weakened. There's no way we can recover. Sorry, ditching you. You have a responsibility to the kingdom. But more importantly, I have a responsibility to the world. It's like, we're all in danger. What a great comeback. We will protect the kingdom. Good job. Will you at least stay the night? Certainly. Alright, not Spambot, get ready. I knew that there was a night cutscene here. Wait, I thought we were on day 5. I thought we were going to day 6. Never mind. We have a little nighttime scene with Lena and Ferris. So should you. Sister. Triple exclamation points. You're my older sister. It's like you have the same pendant. Also, Lena's older sister was lost at sea when she was a child. She's like, I lost an older sister at sea when I was a child. And we have the same pendant. I think you can put 2 and 2 together here. If the fan art is to believe, things get spicy here. Okay. This game's not super popular, but I'm sure there's plenty of fan art of these characters. There is for any Final Fantasy game. Late, late! And then we get just more goofball stuff for no reason. He overslept. What in tarnation are you doing? A few men short of a full crew. Alright, let's get going. Bart, stop goofing off. Let's go. I think there's something up. There we go. High potion. Nice. We got our first high potion. I think there's an elixir up here too, up on the top floor. Or is it? Actually, I think it's over here. I believe there's an elixir up here. He is named Late for a reason. Cottage. Ether. Phoenix down. Elixir. Ha! I knew it. No, I haven't played this game like 20 times before. I don't think there's anything in the throne room, but I'll just check here real quick. Yeah, I don't believe there's anything in here. I think this just leads up to the top floor where there isn't anything, but I'm just checking. Oh, nope, more stuff in the pot, so it was worthwhile to come up here. Oh, another elixir and a phoenix down. This castle's got some good stuff in it. All right, I'm glad I went up here. I do remember coming up here. All right, and here we go. Here's the scene from the cutscene at the very start of the game. But now we can go loot the storeroom that has the healing staff in it. Which is the real weapon of choice for the White Mage and the Oracle. Because all the actual offensive stuff is absolute garbage for their class. What is up here? Nothing. Surprisingly big castle, by the way, for an area that's easily skippable. No one is permitted to enter. Okay, great. All right. We need to get out to the main floor. The door that was blocked before is now we can get in. Yeah, now this guard stands out of the way. We can get in here. Over here. Okay, now they intend for you to talk to this guy, Shuriken, which we can't use. Ashura, that's a katana. They intend for you to talk to this guy from this tile, but you can talk to him from this tile. Note that we suddenly become Lena. This staff has been in our family for generations. I'm sure you can find it of use. Note that he now... Okay, he moved right through us. Again, they intend for you to be standing here. Wait, what? Oh, no. Okay. So he gave us... The diamond bell was in the chest, but he gave us the heal staff by talking to him. There we go. Attack, 0. But it casts Cure 2 if you use it. If you whack somebody with it, it's the equivalent of casting Cure 2. So, in addition to those elixirs we picked up, that was our other goal. Was to get that all that stuff. Alright, so that's good. Let's head over to Oris. Or Waltz, I think it's called in this translation. I'm more used to the fan translation of the Super Famicom version. Alright, let's go. We'll have time to do one more dungeon, and then it'll be time to start the Civ4 stream. This is the game's main theme, by the way, that's playing now. This is like the Final Fantasy V theme. I can do the town. I don't think I have enough time to do the town. I'll do the town at the start of the next stream. I want to get this dungeon done before we run out of time. And it's probably going to take about 20 minutes to do that. With the water's protection, Waltz is undefeatable. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to this place. Healing staff is super useful for almost the whole game. Yeah, agreed. King Waltz, you look well. Please, stop amplifying the power of the water crystal. Ho, 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 you must be joking. I could never do that. Insert your modern-day fossil fuels analogy here. My people live comfortably. If left as is, the crystal will shatter. I did hear that the wind crystal shattered. But no evidence proves the same thing will happen to the water crystal. Surely the water crystal won't shatter too. Also, the people would be opposed to it. We don't have time to argue over this. Holy moly, what's going on? Here comes that same meteor animation that they like to use. Again, the GBA has a little bit more trouble doing that than the SNES did. It's an emergency. A meteor fell. What? We just watched it. To the top of the tower. I love that the king is going with the with like his soldiers to go check this out. I assume someone is making whoosh noises. Yeah, just imagine that Bart's is going whoosh in the background. Now there are some treasures in this castle. In particular, if you go down to the bottom floor, there's oh, there's nothing here. There's a elf cape, or this game calls it the elven mantle, which is one of the game's better accessories. So I would like to get that, but I think I should save the game first, because remember, I can't run away from these battles for Brave Blade purposes. Let me see if I can get that. I think that open fire might just be able to kill that thing, because we can't run from it, unfortunately. But it also just might kill the whole party, so that's why I wanted to make sure to save first. These were Gark and Masras in the fan translation. I think they're called Jackanapes in this version. I believe this is where it is down here. Alright, yeah. Alright, so let's see if we can make it without dying here, since we can't run away. Alright. Yep. Finisher should also kill this. Oh, it absorbs wind element. Okay, well. Well, that's going to berserk. Okay, well, that's going to be a game over, because that's going to berserk everybody. Now I lose control of them, so that's going to, yeah. Alright, well, this is over. That doesn't wear off. By the way, that doesn't wear off. That just continues. I'll put it in fast forward mode, but the party was defeated. Yeah, that's why I just saved it there. Alright, let's try that again. I'll try it one more time. If it doesn't work, I can always try this later. They absorb wind element. Okay, well, there goes one option. And I believe they always back attack you as well, if I'm remembering correctly. I think they always back attack you. Let me see if that's true. If that's true, we just... no, we want everybody in the front row, if that's the case. Artillery fire does not heal enemies. We can do it with probably 2 encounters, one on the way in. Yeah, it's always a back attack, yep. Still enough to one-shot, unfortunately. Alright, well. Bart, if you can't hurt this, then Phoenix down, Gallop back. Two of those will probably kill it. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. Every time we use this, it moon flutes. That's right. Never mind. Okay, I forgot. Every time you attack it, it responds with moon flute. So, okay. All right. Well, I think there is a way to do that. I'll think about it off stream and come back. Let's stop right now. Yeah. All right. I'll think about ways to do that and come back there, because I want to do this dungeon before we switch over to AI Survivor. I'm pretty sure this party can defeat that, but I'm gonna have to think about what to do. I don't have anything that gives Berserker status immunity, but... Garrula suddenly went berserk and stormed in the tower. We didn't stand a chance. The king went after her. Some unknown knight went in after, too. Galar has never tried to attack anyone before. Just thinking out loud. I wonder if that thing... I don't know if that thing is the heavy flag in the code. If it doesn't have the heavy flag in the code, Lena can kill it with her Condemn. And even if it does, then if we pull Flaremancer out of the Necromancer Oath, that would kill. Oh wait, this thing absorbs wind element. Well, it doesn't absorb that, so there are some methods there. It's season 8, 9. It's season 10, 9. Oh, we'll take our potion. Thank you. Hey there, King Warris. Please save the crystal. King Warris, why did you not listen to us? Also, by the way, we can climb this. Might not look like it, but we can actually climb this and get a chest. That's an improved armor for either Lena or Galuf, because this is a light armor set. See, just better stats all around from the light armor set, as I said. All right, there's nothing we can do over there. Looks like let's fight. We're about to get another random encounter. I'll save it after that. We don't need to use a tent, though. Back attack. Curse you, back attack. Oh, ow. Ow, okay. That did a lot of damage to Lena. Good thing open fire solves our problems. I'd actually like to heal her, but we need to win the battle because she could get killed on the next attack. If only her oath didn't take so long to go hard. Alright, that'll do. Doesn't really matter what this thing's immune to elementally. Flare is non-elemental and it pierces magic defense, so it's always going to do 1,000 damage no matter what. I think I forgot just how small some of the dungeons are earlier in this game. Like, they're very small dungeons. Maybe I did have time to go, so we can fool around back in Morristown, given how short this is. Yeah, 15's better than 10, but it's still too long. Or 15's better than 20, but it's still too long. Again, it does eventually go down to 5, so that makes it a lot more viable. We'll open fire on this one, which should kill it. Alright, that's the instant death one anyway. You can just attack. You might even be... Oh, wait. No, Lena, what are you doing? She just healed it back to full health again. I forgot she had the heal staff. Oops. Lena, what are you doing? I forgot about that. Those dragon things always drop a potion. Yeah, she can only attack Galuf, yeah. Okay, I meant to hit the back one, and did. Oh, oath. Skeleton, lightning bolt, boom. That did not do a lot of damage. It worked, though. And yeah, they always drop a potion. Okay, so yeah, Lena's getting close to having Predict unlocked. And dropping the time of her oath down. Let's see. One of these leads, all three leads us up. But yeah, that's right. Silver armlet. Here, Bart, you can take that. Oh, that's right. No, this can only be used by spellcasters, right? Yeah. A little bit of extra defense. Why does the skeleton know lightning bolt? I don't know. Oh. Great. I actually want to kill the ice soldier in the back. Let's see what Oath does. Another skeleton. I'm going to actually let these guys attack, and then I'm going to heal whoever gets hit. There we go. Woo. That works. Why is the RV attacking us? Alright, back down again. So Late does not have full HP now. So we can heal, because Late Bart's just gained a level. Alright. Boss fight. We're controlling you. I won't let you destroy the crystal. Hey, you want to see someone else who's bad at his job? I want to see someone else who's bad at his job. Alright. So this is a very simple boss, Cholera. It just attacks, like, over and over and over again. When you get it low, once you deal... It has 1,200 health. Once you deal 400 damage, it starts hitting with an HP leak status, so you slowly lose health over time. I've some classes that could only do this battle by drinking, like, 90 potions, but we should be able to do much better. Oh, it also starts counterattacking once you've done a certain amount of damage to it. It's like right there. So it might have looked like it took 3 actions there. What actually happened was it counterattacked twice, and then it took its actual turn. But like when you hit it, it hits back. For whatever reason, it's missing. All right, you can just heal the minimal damage you took. So like Bart is gonna hit this thing. It's gonna hit back after we hit it. See? But this open fire is gonna kill it. So bye. It only has 1,200 health. You get a high potion for it, which is nice. That's as good as an elixir right now. The high potion heals 500. And these guys only have like 200 health right now. Look, the crystal. Remember how I said our group's kind of bad at their jobs? Yeah. We were completely unable to do anything here. Also note that there's one crystal that's all back there in the corner, which you can't get until the 3rd world. That's the Mimic Shard. Late is unsurprisingly late. Yeah, I picked that because this group is the Latecomers, as yet again, I have to re-plug in the controller for like the 8th time today. But it is also appropriate. Also, by the way, watch this guy. Where's he going? What is he doing? He's going to block the exit. Why are you going to block the exit? He's like, I'm dying. Let me just toss my corpse in front of the only exit. Gallop, I couldn't protect it. Stay with me. Please tell me who I am. Now we can't build zealots. Protect the fire crystal. I'm sure that we'll do just as well with the fire crystal as we did with the first 2. Alright, so the game wants us to go pick up the other crystals here. Now I'll have to go over my dead body. Are they going to give us their power too? It's like, on the bad side, the power of water is gone and the world is doomed. But on the plus side, new job classes. Time Mage. Berserker. Now, you don't want that one. Red Mage. So it's kind of like you kind of want the crystals to shatter when you're playing this game so you can get access to more jobs. Mystic Knight. One of the game's better classes. And then this one's... which one did we not see? Is this the Ninja? Summoner. Ninja's a fire crystal job. What's going on? The tower's sinking. Oh no! Too bad we won't be able to get that last job, that last crystal. Yeah, the game even puts you like right here to taunt you with the fact that you can't get it. I'd like a refund on the Berserker shard, please. The Berserker with the death proccing axe is pretty hilarious. It's like the death sickle or something like that. I agree, it is pretty funny. And yes, Necromancer and Summoner are not the same job. Although they do both summon a lot of creatures. The Summoner, Necromancer summons a lot more undead and demonic creatures. Oh no! Sildra's gonna eat us all! No, Sildra, don't eat us! Sildra, you're alive! Again, don't get too attached to this sea monster. By the way, the sprite for Sildra is just the head and part of the tail. There's no body. You can look at like where all the sprites for this game are contained. There is no body. It's just the head. Because why would the designers take the time to do the body if they don't have to? And they didn't. Yeah, in theory, the redeeming factors of axes is they pierce defenses, but in practice, they have a tendency to miss, like, a lot. And they're tied to the Berserker class, which is, yeah. Use the last of your strength to save us. The little Syndra, like, crying sound is genuinely very sad. Sildra, you can't die. Sildra went back to his home planet. That sound is so sad. Yeah, the axes have something like an 80% hit rate, which is terrible. Almost every other weapon's 100%. So you're losing out of like 20% of all your damage with ridiculous misses. The game just wants you to feel so bad. Right, which then is even lower when you factor in any evasion that... Now, is there anything here in the meteor? Oh yeah, we actually do need to go through the meteor to move on. Next, Forge Out Fiesta, I'll try for Summoner Run with Sildra. Sildra's not broken or anything, but Sildra summons are pretty strong, though. It's also an element, isn't it? Is Sildra's wind element, right? Because you can then boost it with equipment, and it actually does a lot of damage. By the way, Galera is apparently over here now for some reason. I don't know why. I'm playing with this child. It doesn't say anything when you talk to it. They were mean to Garula? I thought it was Galera. I think this translation uses Garula. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, there's nothing here. I can't remember. Does this town have a piano to play? I can't remember if it does. I think it does not. Anyway, there actually is some new stuff to buy here. Oh, wait. You can actually use the axe? I didn't think you could use the axe. Huh. Interesting. I don't know if we want to use that, though, because of its inaccuracy. I think I'll pass because of that weapon's inaccuracy. Garula. Maybe that's right. Soldier plus boost from the air knife or whatever gets pretty... Or the... Yeah, what's it? The Magus one boosts, like, all the elements. Okay, we need 2 of these. Iron helmet, no. Iron armor... Interesting. The only one who can equip this is Barton. He already has a mithril helm, so he already has something better. But he does want this. And then you want this for Ferris. Alright. No, not magic. It doesn't cast magic. So the Iron Shield is just a straight upgrade. 20% evasion. Oh wait, but you have... And I need to give you the Iron Armor, which is better than the Bronze Armor. Just, again, just a straight upgrade. You guys didn't have anything, and then Ferris wants that Iron Shield. And this is another... Now, see, some of the... One of the things that's neat about the medium armor set is some of the stuff in the medium armor set will increase your strength score. Now, 36 to 37 is not a big deal, but I think some of the later ones give you like 5 or 6 points of strength, which can actually affect the strength multiplier by a decent amount. Oh, we're over 100 viewers? Cool. Excellent. Good to see so many people turning in. We are about to switch over to the Civ 4 portion of the stream. We're just wrapping up here with our very silly party that we're doing. All right. All right. Well, nobody can equip this. This is a katana. Nobody can equip this, so we're just going to sell it. Let me just double check that real quick. I'm pretty sure no one can equip that. Nope. Samurai only. We're at 354. Okay, I was wondering if we get to 350 submissions. We will hold on to the flail. I'm not selling that, but I'm selling the whip, and then the diamond. This is only equipable by geomancers, which we don't have. These bronze shields are outdated. The bronze helm's outdated. The cotton armor is outdated, and this is outdated. We can just get rid of some of this junk. All right. All right, 2 minutes. Let's see. We need to get more items at the item store. Is there an item store in this town? It's probably in the inn. And I'm going to make one more attempt at that. Oh, here it is. It's right over here. Let's get a few more of these. I just like to have a decent stock of all these. All right. These are more expensive, so we'll just get a couple. We should be good. A couple more tents, and then I want more potions. That should be good for right now. That got us up to 50. All right, let's save the game. We're going to make one more attempt at that fight. I'm going to try to see if I can use Lena's Condemn on it. Or whatever Lena's ability is called. I think it's Condemn. All right. one last attempt at this. And we got to make sure everybody's in the front row because we're going to get back attacked. Unfortunately, Lena's very slow. She's going to be the last one to act. I'll try, I'm going to try to use Galif and Lena's abilities here because a Flaremancer will also kill this thing. Alright, unfortunately it's going to kill whatever it hits here. Alright, well, goodbye. We'll Phoenix down you. Unfortunately, Ferris doesn't have quite enough damage to... Alright, Condemn. Doom. Apparently this thing has the heavy flag in the code, so that won't kill it. Okay. Oath. I don't think this is going to kill it. Yeah, that's not going to be enough. So it's going to Moonflute. Oh, yeah, now it's going to Moonflute us in. Alright, that's it. So my plan didn't work. I was trying to use... See, now they'll just attack, but it's not going to... It's not. They can't hit this guy. His defense is too high. We just healed him for 200 health. Okay, so they're all dead. They will never come out of Berserk status. So, at least at the moment, we have not been able to defeat this. Can always come back later in the game and try again. I think what I need is I think Ferris needs to have her damage increase high enough that the open fire actually kills this thing. I think it has around 500 health, which open fire will scale its damage over time. So I think we can come back here and try. Lena could actually hit, yeah, because of the way her her flail pierces defense, she actually could hit. But anyway, okay, this is a good stopping point. We're gonna switch over to the Civ 4 portion of the stream. We got 100 people here watching, so let's go ahead and get started.